Welcome back to this rather rainy day here on Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, shall we see what's going on a lovely little island of Fawnhollow today. Apart from it being rain, I forgot to go get Benedict to get me that other painting, but that's alright, you know. That's alright, that's okay, we're gonna make it anyway. I don't know, that's like some Twitch things then. Honestly, don't remember Twitch streamer. It's some weird meme clip I've seen or something. Anyway, what was the point? Yes, because Red visited yesterday and he had two paintings which we didn't have, but I forgot to get one of them, but oh well. Hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow, it's 3:40pm on Thursday, August 5th, 2021. Really isn't news today, but we'll go about our usual business. Nice video chat. Awesome as well, you can't see me right now, I'm giving you the thumbs up. That's my seal of approval. What I've been up today, just, you know, the usual, done some programming. Not the Yug, like Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. Is that a draw for you reference? Kind of, I guess. I mean, it's not a very good one, I must say. Not drawfee, me, I mean. No, it's basically just did some programming and I recorded some Celeste. That's about it. There's not really much else to it. I mean, I watched some videos, I guess. Does that satiate your fancy? I've got some songs stuck in my head, as I usually do. You'd be like, what song is it? Oh, it's actually a Vocaloid song, you know. I recently started playing this Vocaloid game called Project Sekai. Would I recommend you play it? If you're into that sort of thing, you can give it a shot. Otherwise, I mean, it's all in Japanese, so it'd be quite difficult for you to probably play it. But no, it's introduced me to some more Vocaloid songs, and I do like Vocaloid songs, you know. Well, I mean, it's not like I like them because they're Vocaloid, I like them because they're songs. I think I tend to have a bias of songs which aren't in English. Mainly because I like things for rhythm, and if I listen to songs in English, perhaps I focus a little bit too much on the lyrics and be like, these lyrics are a bit strange, or something like that. But if it's like in Japanese or Korean or Chinese or like French or something, I'd be like, I don't properly understand this, but I can sort of like implant my own meaning into it, and thus it like benefits from that, I suppose, in some aspect. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Maybe it's just exposure to it, because I do like a lot of English songs as well. I just like very melodramatic songs, and as the case for Vocaloid songs, it tends to be that a lot of them are quite dramatically or very like dramatically sad for whatever reason. I don't know, I guess that's a sort of easy thing for people to write about emotionally. I'm sure it's some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy where that's what gets popular, so that's what people like to write about. At the same time, that's a sort of audience it draws and things like that. So what two songs have I got stuck in my head? I've got Bitter Chocolate Decoration, which is called Bitter Chocolate Decoration. You can go look it up, and I can't remember who wrote it. And I also got, how does it go? It's called Otome Kaibo, which means maiden dissection, or like maiden autopsy or something like that. How does it go? Oh my gosh, is it actually going to completely annoy me, because obviously I can't play it because I don't want to play it for like copyright reasons. I keep going Otome Kaibo, oh, which is not how it goes. Otome Kaibo de Asaboyo, something like that. Let's play a game of maiden dissect. Otome Kaibo de Asaboyo, which means let's play a game of maiden dissection, which is sort of like analogous to both exposing all of someone's flaws, and it's a bit of like a macabre scenery for flirting with death, quite literally. Well, maybe not quite literally, both metaphorically and in a literal metaphorical sense. That doesn't make any sense. There's a bit of flirting and there's a bit of death in it. I don't know. The very sort of macabre imagery, which I'm not going to talk about all that much in Animal Crossing, because that doesn't really sort of fit not really both the vibes I'm going for and the sort of attitude I like to bring to these sort of things. Not to say there's anything like shameful about having, like, you know, like sorting out these sort of thoughts or that sort of thing. I mean, careful how I phrase this sort of thing. I don't want to be like, oh, it's completely fine to have these sort of thoughts, but, you know, like open discussion about them. But, you know, I don't want to be like, time to tune into my favourite Animal Crossing YouTuber who's basically like drinking soft tea in an afternoon day or that sort of thing, and being like, oh, no, I just feel sad. And I don't really want to invoke that into people, and I don't think many people are like, you know what I want to do today? Just want to make people feel sad. Very much a supervillain thing, and to quote, I don't even know what cartoon it is, but wait, how does it go? I think the cartoon's over yonder or something. Wander over yonder. That sounds about right. I'm the bad guy, but it's not the Billie Eilish song of the same name. I don't know. It goes like, I'm not some damsel in distress. There it goes, coming back to me. But yeah, a lot of those songs are stuck in my head. I mean, songs are always stuck in my head, but it's nothing new there. Like, I got like a 24/7 radio playing at all times. And you might be like, is that annoying? No, it's pretty awesome, I think. And, you know, follow-up question, when you go to sleep, is it annoying? No, I mean, people like to listen to music when they go to sleep and that sort of thing. It's very much not annoying. I think it's relaxing, if anything. That's why I can sleep in silence. I can sleep in very noisy situations and that sort of thing completely fine. You know, the music drowns it out, and I can choose to hone in on the music instead. So yeah, those songs are sort of continuously playing, and I mean, they kind of like stop playing in my head when I'm speaking, I guess. Maybe it's the same brain part or whatever. My brain's weird, you know. There's too many things which do the same thing over and over again. Why does this entire part of the brain just does all the language processing and also like facial recognition or something? I don't know if that's true, by the way. I'm not don't quote me on that. And my brain knowledge is very limited. I know parts of the brain. I know there's the cerebellum. I know there's the medulla. The cerebellum is to do with muscle movement, right? Medulla, I think, is to do with memory. There's a pituitary gland, which regulates hormones and homeostasis in the body. Something like that. No, maybe it's the one which like secretes the hormones. I can't remember. There is the cerebellum, which I think does most of the thinking. There are 5 parts of brain. That's what we had to learn for GCSE at least. Let's see. Cerebellum, medulla. Wait, I said cerebellum twice, didn't I? Hold on. No, I'm getting cerebellum. Cerebellum is the muscle movement. There's something else. There's medulla and there's something else which does the thinking part. Pituitary gland, and there's one other thing. There's that part which is like the actual spinal, not the spinal cord of the brain. It doesn't make any sense. That sends neurons. You know what? This is where you go and look up brain diagram or something. Brain diagram labeled. Let's see which of these are actually okay. A frontal lobe, temporal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe. That's not what I wanted. Limbic system. That's not what I wanted. I wanted things like hypothalamus. That's a wait. There's a pituitary gland. Hypothalamus does regulation of that sort of thing and homeostasis, right? Spinal cord, medulla. Wait, I said medulla. Wait, which ones did I say? Cerebellum, medulla, corpus callosum. Is that right? That doesn't sound right. That's not what we learned in GCSE. No, I'm just trying to find like the brain diagram we used in GCSE. Maybe it was just frontal lobe. Oh, so medulla is the spinal part. Oh, wow, I got this completely wrong. Cerebellum is the one at the bottom. That I think that's muscular control. Hold on, what we did brain diagram GCSE. Cerebral cortex. That's the word I wanted. Which is just like the entire lobe part. That's the thinking part. I always got that confused with cerebellum. Because they both start with CER, so they both get the same, very similar sort of feels in my head, I suppose. Which makes it difficult to pass them, I suppose. Cerebellum, cerebral cortex, pituitary gland, hypothalamus, medulla. Those are the 5 parts we had to learn for GCSE biology, and clearly I did not remember it that well. What is it? Hypothalamus definitely does homeostasis regulation. Pituitary gland does hormones and stuff like that. Cerebellum does muscular control. Cerebral cortex does most of the thinking. Medulla does... I don't know what medulla does. I think it does the communication between the brain and the spinal cord or something. What does woke mean was the first result that came up. What does medulla do? It's in passing messages between spinal cord and brain. There you go, you know. Turns out the GCSE biology not totally wasted on me. For this one particular moment where I'm here to talk about the brain, apparently, in a random Animal Crossing YouTube video. Not the most glamorous thing in life. I do remember back in year 7, we had this thing, like a speech competition that we had to do. Where basically everyone had to do a speech of that sort of thing. You might ask, what did I do my speech on? I did it on pandas. It was terrible. I was not a good public speaker then. Even now, I'm probably not that great a public speaker, but I'm probably better than I was. But I remember the winner from our class, because we had like 6 houses, 6 classes and that sort of thing, and each one had a winner and they did their speech against everyone else in the other classes. The winner from our class did one about the human brain. He was rather entertaining speaker, from what I remember, probably. Did he win in the end? I think he did. I think he did win overall. So good job. Insert name here. That starts with J. If you're for some reason watching, that'd be really weird because he was very much not into video games unless it was FIFA. But yeah, good. He talked about a brain. Do I remember anything from it? No. I remember he had a PowerPoint presentation. I remember his PowerPoint presentation had a general sort of navy blue, or more like electric, dark blue, that sort of colour. And it, electric blue, that's a weird name, isn't it? It's not like blue's really electric coloured. What? It's not really like electricity's blue coloured. And it had like a picture of the brain, like, up top, not like, sorry, like diagrams of a brain, not actual pictures of a brain. That would probably be a little bit grotesque, strangely enough. What is it about a human body that's so grotesque? Strange enough, I guess we've looped all the way back to Otome Kaibo. Otome Kaibo de Asabayo. One thing I was saying, I'm very thankful for all the people who do English covers of Japanese songs, despite the fact I can speak Japanese, kind of, conversationally at least. The fact that people who made English covers makes it stick in my brain a lot more. Otherwise it's just a tune that sticks in my head and not the lyrics. Come gather around, we're slicing her open. And it's something about, we all want spice in life and we know it. Something like that. I can't remember. I haven't really listened to the English version much. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, it's a little bit grotesque. I mean, I remember when we used to do like dissections of that sort of thing. We never got to dissect the brain, funnily enough. We did the heart. I remember we did the heart multiple times because it allowed us to look wait, the atrium and the ventricle. Ventricles of a heart. That's astonishing. I remember that. But there's also the aorta, like where aorta went, the vena cava, I think. The pulmonary arteries and pulmonary veins. I don't remember so much about this. I can't remember what the valves were called. The heart valves, they had a name. 2, 4, 6, 7. What the heck? That's a lot. So we need to get some medicine. We need to catch some bugs. Oh, it's raining. That's actually quite difficult. We need to catch some bugs. And then we need to... Oh, hello, Claude. How's stuff yawn? You said yawn again. You want to change it up? Okay, fine. Well, time to mix it up. We'll bestow upon you something very nice. A cooler version of you. How about... Okay, obviously we're not going to have him sing about a dissection. That's a bit weird. How about... Oh, I should have made him say Zuzuzu, like the Hamtaro one from Sneezer from Hamtaro. But you know, that's Future Me's problem to do. Oh, hello Sahara, you're our visitor for today. We're just going to make him say zzz, otherwise we'll forget exactly. Otherwise, sorry, we'll have so many, we'll run out of catchphrases to say next time. But yeah, the human brain's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm not sure if you've seen this, but there's this old, I guess it's not that old, this video of, who made it? I think CGBK Grey made a video, which is how I discovered it, but it was about this person who basically had, like, his brain split in two. So it basically remember left side of a brain and the right side of a brain, and it couldn't, like, communicate with each other. And it's very, very strange, because basically what ends up happening is that guy, he kind of acts like two different people in one body. Kind of. It's not really like two different people, because I think two different people inhabiting one body would freak out a lot more, but it was more like the same person twice in one body, I suppose, but they both have different parts of their personality emphasized. Like, because obviously, normally in a normal functioning brain, both sides of a brain can communicate each other, and like different receptors of a brain are located on different sides. So the part that recognizes faces and that sort of thing, I think that's on the left side, and the part that's to do with speech is on the right side. It might be inverted, I can't quite recall. But since he had it cut, like his brain cut in twain, he no longer had that like smooth communication between both sides of the brain. Instead of having to do it like naturally through electrical impulses through his brain, he had to do it like manually by speaking to himself or like indicating stuff to himself with his hands and that sort of thing. So it was really, really interesting, because like you could show things just to the left side of a brain, and by the left side of a brain, not literally just to the left of you, it's actually just to the left of you, because it's I think a lot of people know that the right side of your brain controls the left half of your body, and the left side of your brain controls the right half of the body. I think what a lot of people don't know, if I recall this correctly, optically, it's not like the right side of your brain controls your left eye, or the left eye controls the right side of your brain. It's more like the receptors of the left halves of both your left and right eye go to the right side of the brain, and the right halves of both your right and left eye go to the left side of the brain, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Fact check that for yourself before you go around parroting that, but I believe that's correct. Which is just fascinating, because you can show like a computer screen in front of you, and like on the left side you show one word like rose, on the right side you'll show another word like sailboat or something, and then you could ask him like, what word did you see? And because like the speech centers on the right side of his brain, he'll say, I saw rose, because that's the one what the right side brain saw. But if you ask him to draw what he saw, the left side would draw like a sailboat. So I probably should say what this says, a sailboat, because that's what the left side of the brain saw. And there's like weirdly no conflict there. They just both acknowledge they saw different things. That's crazy. Sorry, apple strudel or cotton candy probably went. What's your favorite food, Apollo? I don't care for sweets. They're a waste of teeth. You don't even have teeth. But that zzz you just said, that's pretty good. I just gave it to him just now. Huh? You mean zzz? There's something you like? Of course I like things. For example, I like not liking things. I like it a lot. Anyway, I don't suppose you mind if I use that catchphrase too. You bet. Go ahead and use it all you want. Thanks, Squirt. Gotta switch things up every once in a while. Zzz. Well, I mean, sure, why not? Yeah, that's mind-boggling. That's crazy. How does that work? How does that even make any sense whatsoever? And the best part was no, I shouldn't say best part, because it's obviously a very annoying condition I'm sure to live with. But the most interesting part, I should say, was the fact that the two sides of his brain can go into disputes of that sort of thing. Like, he would go to reach out. I say he. I guess they're both him. It's just like one of them is vocal, the other is not. One of them would like go out to reach and be like, I want to put this shirt on today, and the other one, the silent one, would like swat away his hand and be like, no, I want to wear this shirt. And like, if you asked him what his favourite colour is, and you gave him like two different colours to, like a whole range of colours to point to, the two sides could choose different colours. Not just him, but like other people who had this operation, I believe, which was meant to be like an epileptic treatment or something. Is it some seizure-based treatment? I can't remember. I shouldn't say seizure-based treatment, that doesn't, like, gives a wrong impression. More like a treatment for seizures, as I understand it. Also, it looks like a rain's letting up slightly. Is there a rainbow? No rainbow. Yeah, but they'd have disagreements with each other and have like different opinions and that sort of thing. But I don't know. You should definitely go watch that video by CGP Grey. They did CGP Grey did one. And there's another one. They did it in tandem with like Kurt Scat. I should look how you pronounce that video. Not video. Pronounce that name, but. They basically both did a video about the idea of who you are, sense of self, that sort of thing. But not in the sense of who am I and who do I want to be, but more but literally who are you. Oh, we were meant to bury one of these coconuts, so well. That's alright, we'll just do it afterwards. Catching fish, hot item, and hit rocks. It's amazing the brain can keep functioning like that. Like, it makes sense if you like cut off the internal connection. Well, I say it makes sense to my elementary brain. If you cut off the internal connection between the two sides of the left and the right side of the brain, they can no longer send electrical impulses to each other. The only way to communicate now between the two different sides of the brain would be externally. But the interesting part is one of them is the non-vocal part of the brain is the one which actually recognises and remembers faces and that sort of thing. So I kind of just want to wonder what it's like to like meet new people, you know? You meet, or like not meet new people, meet people you recognise. Like you meet a good friend or that sort of thing. But the vocal part's not going to recognise. But then like the non-vocal part, you know, I'd imagine they like bring up their phone and be like, hey, this is Kathleen or something. I don't know why that's the first name that came to mind. And then the vocal part would be like, oh, Kathleen. Oh yeah, it's also almost stopped raining. Hey, how's it going? But it's weird to think up until that point, that other side of her brain basically had no idea who they were looking at, kind of. Well, unless that person probably would just go like, I'm Kathleen, and then we'd be like, oh, hey. I don't know how it works. They only covered so much. They basically only covered like the scientific experiments and that sort of thing. Ironwood clock. Okay. as they only covered like the scientific experiments that they conducted on him and that sort of thing. There's probably more, I don't know. It's fascinating though, fascinating stuff to say the least. Although I can imagine if you're that guy, whatever his name is, you'd probably find it less fascinating, be like, this is kind of, it's just my reality, you know? Probably doesn't like being compared to like some sort of sick scientific experiment. I shouldn't say sick, it's not like it's sick. It seems like a researcher with a very good, had a good relationship with him. I wonder what I'd be like if I split my brain down in half. Because I think the weirdest part is like, which one is him? And which is why I said, I think we're both him. Just like, tied together. Usually, it's like him split in two. But also both him simultaneously. But how weird would it be if that like other part of your brain? Because I feel like, if I like had this operation done to me, which, you know, is never going to happen, hopefully. But if it happened, like, I feel like both parts of me would want an individual name and probably start seeing ourselves as individual people rather than the same person. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know if I like that thought or not. But not like I'd be antagonistically against myself, being like jealous. I feel like we work very well in tandem, but it'd be like, oh, you want to talk to the left side of the brain? Oh, you know, they're called dear. If you want to talk to the right side of the brain, they're called darling, that sort of thing. And you know how they say the thing about like the left side of the brain is more, wait, no, the left side is like the logical one, and the right side is like the more creative one or something. For one, I think that's, if I recall, that's actually like false information or something. But why am I here? Oh, Ironwood clock. I remember now. Yeah, you would have. I feel like I'd adopt different names for the different like sides of my brain, or maybe I wouldn't. You know, hopefully it's something I won't have to quite face in reality. Not about saying like, if it happens, like my life is over or anything. It's just it seems much more inconvenient than you know, the deficits definitely sort of outweigh the benefits, and it's also a treatment they don't do anymore. And it's only for a very serious type of epilepsy in the first place, which I don't have as far as I'm aware, so, you know. I don't mean to be like, oh, it should be okay or anything like that. I just mean, you know, it's not something we need to be concerned about. Your own sense of identity, who you are. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, I think maybe I just casually be like, oh yeah, it's just me. We're both me. But for everyone else's convenience sake, we're going to refer to ourselves by two different names. Like, I mean, I've got a middle name. I'd probably, one of me would adopt the moniker of a middle name, and the other would keep on with a first name. Alright? I'm talking to myself here. Brain. I will take a mysterious wallpaper. Okay, the speaking half of the brain will take my first name, and the non-speaking half will take my middle name. You know? That seems to be a good way to do it. If anything, I suppose it's kind of like being a Siamese twin, except for the bodies are fused. Huh? I know, this is weird to think about. I should probably not comment on these sort of situations which I don't really understand, comprehend, or research properly. But this is also a casual conversation video, so, you know, it's not like people are going here being like, wow, I've got to get the latest of information about my scientific literature from Dear Darling. If you do, please don't. We can customize this. That's pretty cool. Old. Oak. That is pretty cool. Let's customize our shovel. It's in my head. I'm sorry. Bit of chocolate decoration. What was I saying? I don't know. Brains. Let's quote Plants and Zombies. Brains. I'm gonna eat your brains. Oh no, no, no. 'Cause we are the undead. Dead. I know your type. Tall, dark. Oh my god, that Plants and Zombies song is so catchy. I can't remember so much of it still. What am I doing over here? I ran over here for a reason. To catch insects, sell this. Buy things is going to be a bit difficult. Okay. We'll change our wardrobe. Okay, let's catch insects and then we'll... we didn't get medicine for Lily. Okay, we'll catch insects. Oh no, we only got 5 minutes. Okay, let's go get medicine and give it to Lily first. We'd rather she not stay ill. So that would be quite unfortunate. And I suppose we could also see... We haven't found our our crafting villager today, have we? We'll go do that in a bit. Yeah, I know, brains are very complicated sort of things. And it's going to be wild if somehow in the future we manage to preserve brains beyond the passing of people, and then, like, you can simulate electrical impulses, like, you know, keep the brain plugged in, basically. Despite the fact that the vessel for it has gone. And thus you can, like, still, I guess people will never really die. That's weird. I don't know if I like that, but there's definitely some sort of questionable humanitarianism associated with that, which, and the ethics and morals of that, I'm not really prepared to delve into. Or, well, I suppose I don't have a well-reasoned enough viewpoint on it at first place, but that's strange to think about. I mean, obviously we don't need to really concern ourselves with it because it's not a reality in any sense of a word anytime soon, but still. In fact, it could be. Isn't that haunting? The more I think about it, the less haunting it really is. It's sort of just like, it will be what it will be, huh? That sounds dismissive. I guess it kind of is, but I don't know. If I die, I think it'd be pretty cool to have my brain, like, preserved and have it, like, sort of live on. I don't know if I'd even be consciously aware of it, as long as it doesn't hurt or anything. I wouldn't mind sort of living on in eternity. I could just be like some sort of artificial intelligence. I can come around and still chat to the people that I love and that sort of thing. You're so thoughtful. Probably went out of your way to pick us up. We did technically, but don't worry about it, Lily. We want you to feel better first. Wow, I think this'll do the trick. Thanks to you, I feel like I'm already starting to recover from that cold. You helped me out, so in return, I'd like to thank you by giving you a steampunk costume. You're giving me your cosplay, Lily? Dear, hope you don't catch what I had, Rainy. Please wear a mask. You got to be more aware of these airborne transmitted non-diseases and illnesses, Lily. It's no laughing matter. Be like the Google weather frog, who wears a mask all the time. I don't know, if you have a Google weather app and you open it, you can see the little frog's wearing a mask most of the time. Okay, we have about 2 minutes. That's probably enough time for us to catch 5 bugs if we're quick. No, that's not what I meant to do. I don't know if actually the Google frog, sorry, just unplugging my phone, is still wearing a little mask or not. Let's see. We can see what weather's like in this area as well. 18 degrees Celsius, it's raining. No, I picked up the wrong thing. I'm going to blame Joy-Con drift, despite the fact Joy-Con drift had nothing to do with it. It looks like we're wearing a mask. It looks like we're wearing 2 masks, it's a weird thing. Oh no, they're just in the shade, I see. They are wearing a mask still. I mean, I guess, obviously the pandemic situation still isn't completely over yet. There's new Delta variant, isn't there? If you're wondering if I'm vaccinated, yes, I've been double vaccinated. Which is nice to know. But of course, Delta variant, always a little bit scary. Always a little bit of a worry out there, isn't it? You can never be too sure. But yeah, Lily, you should probably wear a mask like the weather frog does. Who knows, maybe you even know that weather frog. Maybe they're like a family member or a good friend of yours or something. I guess that's a bit presumptuous, assuming all frogs know each other, huh? Yeah, you're right. Either way, that lesson does not go unfounded. You should wear masks, even if you have been double vaccinated. Grasshopper, come back here. Okay, we need to catch one more bug. There's only so much more yarn I can spin. Talking about a brain. Talking about a brain. Talking about us. Talking about something. Talking about brains. What am I doing? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Brains? Anyone know anything else about brains? They're just kind of wild. The more you think about them. And that's even weird to think about, because the thing thinking about them is themselves. Isn't that crazy? Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, let's wrap this episode up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscriptions, shares are greatly appreciated. Join my Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's a farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now. And brains. That was terrible. I'm sorry.